Yeah, I just went there. The Nintendo Switch is the newest video game system from Nintendo, and a whole lot of people think it's a pretty fantastic game-playing machine. And don't get me wrong, it does a lot of stuff really well, and it's pretty easy to make a case that it's the console you should be getting. But is it? Is the Nintendo Switch really a better buy than the Wii U? And my honest answer is no. And you might think I'd change that statement in a couple of months. Oh, just give it a little bit of time, and then the Wii U will be completely useless. Right? Not exactly. And in fact, I don't think I'll ever be able to say that the Switch is a better system than the Wii U. So what is the reasoning behind my blasphemy? Well, it's a little thing I like to call the topic of this video. Hello all 1,378 of you, I'm Redkwan, and this is why I'd still buy a Wii U over a Switch. There are a lot of reasons this claim probably sounds stupid. The Switch hardware is so much more convenient and useful than the Wii U's was, and it has so many games, including basically everything worth playing on the Wii U. Plus, it's something you don't have to be embarrassed about telling people you own. Sorry, Wii U. But it's not quite that simple, because while the Switch does have some cool features and a lot of games, it doesn't have even close to everything the Wii U has. Let's first look at the games, and this might sound just factually incorrect, but the Wii U obliterates the Switch in terms of games. The Switch has Zelda Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, and Smash Ultimate, but the Wii U also has Zelda Breath of the Wild, and I would argue that Super Mario 3D World and Smash Wii U are close to as good. That might be a sticking point for some people, and a lot of it does come down to personal preference, but in the case of Mario Odyssey, I think people see a game that's very open and automatically associate it with being better. But more linear games aren't necessarily worse by any means. Each type of game has advantages and disadvantages, and I would make the case that 3D World's controls feel just as good, the collectible aspect is just as rewarding, and the environments are just as unique. In Smash's case, yes, there are more characters, which does make the game better, but Smash Wii U still has a ton of characters, and outside of the characters, are stages, music, and side modes really that important, especially when the side modes are just more of the same thing? I would say no. I wouldn't pay more than like $5 more to be honest, although I'm super cheap. A lot of people would probably disagree with this point, but I think if we get rid of the attitudes that bigger is better and more open is better, and we actually take the games for how much fun they are, there isn't as big of a difference as we think. Also, this isn't my main point, so it's kinda whatever. Besides those three big games, what more is there really? Some people are still into Splatoon 2, and Mario & Rabbids was pretty fun, but besides those few big games, there isn't anything I'd say is a huge advantage for the Switch. Of course, a big piece that the Switch has going for it is that most big Wii U games are on the Switch, and I won't deny that that's true. So the Switch has a few huge games, although the Wii U has games that I would argue are almost as good, and the Switch has some supplementary stuff that adds up, and it has most Wii U games worth playing. So what does the Wii U have going for it? Well, there are a few things I think the Wii U clearly has an advantage in. One of those is price. The Wii U is dirt cheap compared to the Switch. You can get consoles, controllers, and especially games for a fraction of what you'd get with the Switch. Most of those $60 Wii U ports are games you can get for like $15 on the Wii U. If you're going to be getting a good amount of games, that adds up really fast. The graphics are similar between the two systems, and I think the gamepad is actually more comfortable than the undocked Switch. Sue me! But the biggest difference is in the games, and that's something that makes very little sense because I just talked about how the Switch had basically every Wii U game, plus some other stuff to go along with it. But the thing I didn't mention was the extra games. Extra games? Yes, extra games. It's a really bad way to put it. But while the Switch only has Switch games, the Wii U has Wii U games, and Wii games, and Virtual Console games. And when you add that all up, the Switch just can't compete. To put it in perspective, you can buy Super Mario 3D World, Super Mario Galaxy, and Super Mario 64 for less than you could buy Super Mario Odyssey. While the Switch has the ability to play Mario Odyssey and New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, the Wii U allows you to play normal Super Mario Bros. U 3D World, Galaxy, Galaxy 2, Mario 64, Mario Bros. 3, Super Mario World, and more, all of which are pretty well considered to be masterpieces. The same goes for Zelda. The Switch has Breath of the Wild, while the Wii U has Breath of the Wild, Wind Waker HD, Twilight Princess HD, Skyward Sword, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, A Link to the Past, etc. The Wii U can play every Pikmin game, Super Metroid and the entire Metroid Prime trilogy, classic Paper Mario, F-Zero, Star Fox, and Mario Party games, all of which either don't exist on the Switch yet or are considered better than the new games on the Switch, and so much more. And all of it is countless times cheaper than anything you can get on the Switch. And going off of these online service type of issues, there's also the fact that the Wii U allows you to play online for free, without friend codes, and has all the video streaming apps you could ask for, as well as an internet browser. In my book, the Switch has a vastly inferior games library, will cost you hundreds upon hundreds of dollars more if you plan to get a lot of games for it, and it has a worse online infrastructure. It might be the more relevant and popular system, it may have a better future, and it may have the convenience of being able to be taken on the go, but until the Wii U's internet gets shut down, I don't think it's even close. Well, I'm Redkwan. How do you feel about the Switch and the Wii U? I'm guessing the people watching are mostly Switch fans because that's basically how I've built my channel, so this whole video is pretty stupid, I guess. Well, I can't miss an opportunity to bash the thing that people watch me for. Anyways, I'm Redkwan, thank you all for watching, and I'll hopefully see you all later. Goodbye.